Presented by Bud Light. We've got an early tip inside Moody Center as the number 19 Texas Longhorns take on Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The Islanders looking for their first ever win against the Horns. With that, hello and welcome to Austin. I'm Loa Galindo here with my guy.
Game about discipline and maturity from the Longhorns.
Kate Shedrick wins the tip into the hands of Brock Cunningham. Dylan Mitchell, Max Asmus, and Tyrese Hunter joining them in the starting five and going hands off the jump from
He scores, and then you go, well, Jim, why don't they start? Why don't you play them more? They are just so balanced. There's a lot of guys that can go get points.
Hunter was left open. Good ball movement to Asmus. That's well within his range. Friendly roll to Tyrese Hunter. And that ball is tipped into the hands of Cunningham. Cunningham has become a fixture in the starting five. Rarely started before this season. His final on the 40 acres. Shedrick air ball and into the hands of Marion Humphrey. Humphrey with the push. Dylan Mitchell is going to be whistled for the foul. That's going to see Dane. Been to the NCAA tournament back-to-back years. They won their first, propelled this job to a great opportunity at Western. And he is in season number one as the full-time head coach.
It's interesting, up into the nice steal by Tyrese Hunter.
Going the other way! Authority! Wake up, folks! Tyrese Hunter is in the house.
Boy, that's how you get your team going. He slowed down a little bit and set up the defender. Man, what a finish.
I mean, that was aggressive there, Rick.
Yeah, it was. Maybe violent.
You'll take it. Giwa inside, up and over Cunningham for the first field goal for Shedrick. Back to the basket, kick out the Hunter. Wide open three, and a great start for Ty Court together. Shot clock winding down. The heave is way off the mark by Humphrey. Excellent defense by the Longhorns. Asmus wants to run.
Good pass.
Dylan Mitchell inside. Cam Parker. Texas averaging 17 assists per game. That's top 30 college basketball.
Good
Cunningham
defense.
Looked like he affected the shot, but Prim don't care. The senior from Aurora, Colorado, connects.
I mean, not playing like a guy that averages 7 points per game, is he?
Not at all. And so much of the job for Jim Shaw is just figuring out who he has and how they all fit together. Can you imagine that? 11 new guys to build a team around?
That's crazy. 10 of them scoring between 5 and 11 points per game.
Yeah, it's like, guys, make it easier on me with this rotation. Mitchell, the lefty, no. Cunningham offensive rebound. Puts it up and drops it. And Brock Cunningham is on the board. You may have. It's been a minute, huh?
Been a minute.
Humphrey on Mitchell. And Mitchell has really embraced that role. Rebound and defense. That's his game. Cunningham will draw the foul. How do you view chasing players?
As far as active leaders, he's 600 points ahead. Him against Houston last year, and Houston's guards, Marcus Sasser and Jamal Shedd, they could take a lot of people out of a game, but they really ate him up. And I thought, I don't know that he can play night in and night out at this level.
Oh, nice finish by Dylan Mitchell, the sophomore, showing out.
Win.
Already, you can see him communicating. Guiding traffic there for his teammates.
Rodney this week talked about what a cerebral player he is and the leadership he brings to the floor.
And there is a nailed three by Teddy Washington. That makes it a 4-point game right there. Coach Jonathan Holmes. Now GA for the Texas Longhorns. We used to see Jay Holmes make that play. Was chased down blocks back in his playing days. Oh, how about the elevation for Shiloh Jackson in the home. Rebound pulled in by Gary Clark. Washington, kick out. And the pull up from Clark. And Clark at 10.2 points per game, the second leading scorer coming off the bench. Dylan Mitchell has 4 early, along with Brock Cunningham. Tyrese Hunter, the leading scorer at this moment for the Longhorns, with 5. Here's Dessou, so good at backing down defenders, and such a good touch for Dylan Dessou.
An absolutely remarkable job incorporating 11 new players.
Native of San Antonio. Here's I.T. Horton, his first attempt, and connects on it. Speaking about production off the bench, he's starting to...
And Brock Cunningham just did.
And those are the little things that we've heard from years that Cunningham has done. Asmus, a little curl off the inbound, draws the foul. He's also not afraid to let it. Summit League Player of the Year.
Off a game, he had a career high 3 3-point field goals made against LSU, Brock Cunningham.
Good nice vision and the finish by Dean right forward.
Oh, Dane Prim continues to impress me. That was a terrific bounce pass to the back cut.
Cunningham, the BB to Hunter. Looking back for Cunningham, left open. Will he get this one? Yeah. So couldn't connect. 10-2 run by the Longhorns. It turned into a solid 3-point shooting team. Certainly have guys that can hit that shot. With Asmus and Horton leading that group. Late shot clock and connected there by Shiloh Jackson. Of his career, most outstanding player of the Big 12 tournament. Started off the NCAAs brilliantly, and then was a no-go. You just think about what that run could have been if they had him against Miami. As Asmus gets the finish.
That is well-traveled.
And that's why I still cannot figure out what transfer rules actually are.
Well, they're fluid.
Yes. Some guys need a waiver, some don't.
Everybody's eligible, and that just opened the floodgates.
Here in the sport, there's 2 camps, right? There's old school, new school, and unfortunately, if you're part of the old school, you're just going to get left.
Those taillights you see in the horizon, that's old school bus.
You got to play the game.
Yeah, that's right.
So it doesn't matter if you think NIL is the worst thing or the best thing to ever happen.
And you didn't mention Nebraska's volleyball coach at all when you said that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. As Teddy Washington gets that to go. Well, he had some choice words.
Proud of you for not bringing that up.
The Texas team and how they've built their volleyball program this year with some transfers. But that's how the game is played.
If you're
got to adapt to the times.
If you're still complaining about that, you're looking at the bus. and it's what?
On strength coach that's now for Rodney Terry. He is as good as anybody in the country at strength and conditioning.
Dylan Mitchell dumps it to Asmus. Back to Mitchell. Oh, circus shot. That's going to be a blocking foul against the Islanders. Prim called for the foul. Mitchell to the line, connects on his.
I thought the restricted arc would too. You know, did you, instead of looking up at the body, they were 22 of 25 shot, 88% from the free throw line, a perfect 12 for 12 in the second half against LSU.
There's Humphrey on the drive. Mitchell trying to show the NBA he can guard 1 through 5. Late shot clock. The right forward just throws it up and drops it down in the face of Tyrese Hunter.
Yeah, him run up and down the floor a couple of times, and the ball had gone inside to the paint before I got a guy that's 2 for 4 checking in the game and taking the 3.
2 minutes until halftime. Right forward with the drive. Cunningham got a piece of that, and it will be Texas basketball.
You know, he finally found a Band-Aid that'll stick to that chin.
And why is that so valuable? That presence with the weak side rotation.
Well, it just makes it, we were talking about earlier, it's difficult to keep him off the floor. And he's one of those guys, you look over there and suddenly guys are making layups and people aren't rotating and your defense isn't connected.
Oh, no! How'd he do it? Asmus stands out about Weaver is just how hard he plays. He's a pest.
Well, against LSU, he had 9 points, he had 4 rebounds, a steal and a block shot, and he only played half.
Turnovers for the Longhorns, 6 turnovers for the Islanders. Out of control, Onyema took it away from Clark. Here's Asmus, another one! Okay, he didn't get the throwdown, but got it off the glass. Stocking stuffers galore here inside Moody. Washington, no good. Weaver,
is he all over the place?
Take off on Santa's sleigh.
Man, talk about coming in off the bench and impacting the game immediately. Kendall Weaver.
Hunter, Onyema, too strong. And Onyema's looking in his midst like, what a second. Hey, it was right there for me. Hey, that's how you finish a half of basketball. Flex a muscle a little bit, have some highlights. Kendall Weaver, though, is 6-5 on the season as they inch closer to the start of Southland Conference play. Marion Humphrey to Dane Prim. The pull up by Roberts is good, so a nice start for the Islanders.
And I just cannot say enough good things about Jim Shaw and the job he's done.
Well, you said it off the top, 11 new players. No players that started last season are back. Hunter with a nice drive and finish, and Tyree Sutter's up to 9.
I think that's one of maybe only 16. Oh, what a heads-up play by Max Asmus.
Plays with tremendous pace, doesn't he? There's Dylan Mitchell. I can jump higher than you. Love to see that spot. Fans have done a good job filling it out.
Look, I said this in the first half, and I'm going to keep emphasizing it. The Islanders are acting almost as if they can overpower with physicality the Longhorns, and that is not accurate.
Baseline up and under, and a fabulous finish by Campbell. That's Humphrey. Size mismatch with Shedrick. Oh, nice move there by Prim. Couldn't get anything from it. Right forward with the 3, and he knocks down his second of the afternoon.
He came into the season, came into the game, only made 3 all year long, and a second three-point field goal.
Right forward, another double-digit score for the Islanders. They have 3 of them. They're all around 10.5 points per game. When he wants, why have we only seen 2 shots? What's going on?
Ball 15 feet from the basket.
Coming off a 6-point performance.
Set a running screen, but that was not the most unselfish play I've ever seen.
Humphrey, another full head of steam drive. A few Longhorns that could have gone against.
4 players there to meet him. That's pretty good.
Fans here inside Mooney coming to life. Missed free throw, and Dylan DeSue is able to corral the rebound. 8-point lead for the Longhorns.
I'd give DeSue a touch this time, Devin. Well, he got away with a left forearm shiver on Shiloh Jackson.
3-point attempt for Dylan DeSue. Part of the game that he showed he can do at Vanderbilt. Too strong by Prim. Cunningham wants it. Got it.
The Big 12, holy smokes, is it going to be a gauntlet?
Well, when you have a guy like Onyema in his frame, his body, fighting for time off the bench.
I take it back.
Court.
Yeah, I said 10. You point out, no, it's actually an 11-man rotation, right?
Nice, really nice drive by Hunter. Washington hesitation, heaves it up, playground style. Love it.
Good hustle.
DeSue fighting for that rebound, back in the hands of Humphrey. Here's right forward. He is not shy about getting his shot.
He's a deceptive player, right? A thick body guard, and you think he's not quick enough to get by you, and he is. That's now 23 points off the bench out of A&M Corpus Christi's 36 points in the game. Good pass.
Nice feed to Sue. Ace missed. Even better defense, though, by Washington. But after that block, defensively, it's been defending the pass. Michael Penix. Yeah, I thought you were just coming out here saying I'm pulling for Alabama to win it all.
No. Cunningham just shoved him down as he was getting up off the floor.
He plays by his own set of rules, and you gotta love it and respect it. That would be a flop. Dylan Mitchell, second time through, drops it down and
just clobbered a down screen that was set by Washington.
When you wanted physicality, we got it. And here's Cunningham, no restraint. Three-pointer passed up by Parker, floats it to the lane. Parker gets his own miss, and a whistle follows. The post Dylan DeSue that he was making his return to action. So 3 fouls for Dylan Mitchell. Staying in. Oh, and DeSue is shoving with Teddy Washington.
The officials are going to have to call a double foul here.
Oh, and DeSue.
Jeez.
takes Washington down. What is happening?
Hey, that is Shiloh. Look, that's Shiloh Jackson.
The Islanders out of the right headspace to compete in this game. It's Horton.
Good defense.
Drops Deese, and Deese with the run out and a throwdown. Oh, and Deese. But he's in short. Now the Islanders trying to make their run. Here's Prim on Horton. Wow. And that is Gary Clark connecting for his transfers on this Islanders team. Coming over from Tarleton State. Here's Cunningham. Bounces to Asmus. Third all-time in D1 basketball. Been doing it for a long time. And the drive and the finish from Marion Humphrey, the transfer from UT Arlington. You lost me there, my man.
That's because you're young.
Who wears high tops anymore? Oh, Humphrey, no good. Islanders coming back. Cam Parker.
Okay, so it's interesting. You said if you're the
6 teams ranked in the top 25 for.
if you're Rodney Terry, gives you the chance to have the most sustained success.
You got to get a lot of credit though for playing well in the Big 12. As the Islanders now starting to play strong. Dane Prim, and it's a 12-2 run by A&M Corpus Christi, 5-point game. Islanders have settled down. They've found the flow, certainly in this one. Here's Asmus. Back to Tyrese Hunter.
Good pass.
Leave to Mitchell. Mitchell responding with the and one. Shooting 7 rebounds. Played excellent defense. He is checking all the boxes. We have more by. Islanders in the bonus, 1-1 hit.
In money games, right? Game guarantees, trying to raise money for the budget. Take a Houston, but boy, they were in the game against Texas Tech. Only lost that game by 9 points.
Cunningham gets the rebound off the miss by right forward. Asmus in traffic. He's going to draw the foul. Horns are 11 of 14, 94%. Gets the. Mitchell staying with Humphrey.
They got a mismatch inside. Boy, A&M Corpus Christi does not recognize mismatches. They got people switching. They got make it to where you almost embarrass the guards if they don't get the ball to you.
LSU in a win.
Interesting, the Horns are showing zone and then immediately shift to man.
Humphrey blow by Dessou. Added to the resume. Hunter back to Dessou. Tough finish. The block on one end, the finish on the next. That's Dylan Dessou's game.
On the defensive end, he's the farthest away from the basket of any player on the floor, right? Blocks it at the rim and is the first one down on the offensive end.
He's just happy to be back on the court. Just his second game of the season. Almost did it again, but coming up on 4 minutes. Asmus to Dessou. And nice touch on the floater by Dessou. 11 rebounds, that's 3 straight double-doubles. That will get the attention of the NBA. Dylan Dessou now under 3 minutes. Fighting for a good look. It was contested, but Dessou gets
right back to Dylan Dessou again. You got the mismatch.
Asmus with the drive. He'll float it. Opportunity for a 3-point play from Max Asmus. And a make for Asmus. And a nice response by the Longhorns down the stretch here. Islanders need to play with some urgency now. 66-53 coming up on the final 2 minutes.
This adjustment by Rodney Terry on the defensive end.
Tied the game about halfway through the first half. Texas responded with a run. Stretched the lead to as many as 15. Game got very physical. Teddy Washington drives and draws the foul.
Well, they've not responded well to the changing defense by the Longhorns. Boy, they were attacking the rim. Jim Doan.
Washington is 1 of 2 from.
Really interesting that Lance Amir Paul has not scored and is not getting many opportunities to get on the floor. leading scorer for the Islanders coming into this game.
Islanders extend the pressure. Tyrese Hunter handles it like a champ. Longhorns should be content to slow this one down. Dessou lost the handle. Here's right for him. 1-on-2. Dessou got it back.
He looks great. I mean, that's the second time that we've seen him run the floor, chase somebody down, and block the shot. Let's set aside the fact that I'm not sure why he's dribbling between his legs 30 feet from the basket. Having said that, well, that's a really good sign. What's his minutes up to? He's played a lot of minutes. 21 minutes, played 20 minutes the other night against LSU. He may be on a pitch count. You know, I don't know what it is, but boy, it's a tough temptation, especially this game.
It's just some soreness. With 2 games under his belt, this team is just going to get better.
Yep. Good hustle.
Yeah, Humphrey keeps it alive, but back to Dessou and the Longhorns. With 1:14 left.
Dylan Dessou scored twice down there in the paint, and now he's out here 30 feet from the basket.
Versatility, my man. And here's Tyrese Hunter. Under a minute, that's going to draw the foul there on Teddy Washington. Great to have Dylan Dessou back. A 3 is getting to be back on the court with his brothers here in Austin. And 2 free throws made there by Tyrese Hunter. 5 Longhorns in double figures.
A little bit of miscommunication by the Horns, whether they're in a zone or man that time.
And the 5 Horns in double figures are the ones you see on the court right now. Close it out. Dylan Mitchell has tied his career high with 13 rebounds. And you got to love that storyline, because that is what Rodney Terry told him to do from the onset of this season. Rebound and go get a shot in the NBA.
It's rhetorical, but how many guys this year are going to average double-doubles? The answer is very few.
Yeah, not a lot.
Very, very few.
Asmus had to let it go before the shot clock. And has his first 3-pointer of the game. He was 0 for 5 before that. And the Longhorns will close this one out. Of course, with an emphatic final rebound by Brock Cunningham. And move to 9-2 on the season under Rodney Terry.
A very efficient game by Rodney Terry's Texas Longhorns. They go to 23-1 all-time at home, and